Whiteout is a snowmobile racing game that was released for the PlayStation 2 between 2002 and 2003 and would also see ports on the Xbox and Windows PC, and would be developed by Vicarious Visions and published by Konami. That offers up a variety of different gameplay modes, all with the emphasis on extreme sports. If you're familiar with other snowmobile style games, even dating back as far as the PlayStation 1, with the likes of Sledstorm and the like, you will understand the dynamics behind the game. During its early development stages, the game originally had the ESPN license tied into it, but following the loss of the license, the game needed to be rebranded, which ended up as the name Whiteout. Now, the game is an arcade focused style racer where you'll have to traverse many distinctive and dangerous and extreme events, anything from like jumps and racing over various terrain and platforms, finding hidden secrets, racing up mountains, and even through old rundown and dilapidated buildings, with the aim to try and take shortcuts to take advantage against your opponents in order to win races. But it's not to say that it won't be easy, because the game can be quite tricky to master, and in order to take advantage you have to make sure that you do utilise anything possible, like the shortcuts or any little quips around the place at all, in order to take advantage, because if you don't, and if you're unfortunate enough that the AI opponents also utilise the same elements, it'd be very, very hard to win a race. But I have to say I enjoyed this one. While the reviews themselves of the game weren't as well received, it got mixed to average reviews at best, but it's not a bad game. A lot of these extreme sports games, however, just for whatever reason, just were never as well received back in the day, but then you see a lot of them as well too when you look back even at earlier titles. The majority of these games do have good aesthetics, but they often use very tricky techniques, even rubber banding racing techniques, which allows the AI opponents to constantly catch up with you at any point in a race, which isn't the most ideal mechanic to have, and I can't understand why a lot of developers still intend on using that, but unfortunately it's here as well, but it's not as aggressive as it would be.
Whitfield, like a bat out of hell, wins the hole shot.
He exploded out of the gate like he was shot out of a cannon.
Sarbat stealing the lead. Driving right by. Theo Sarbat getting some big air on that jump.
And I thought she wasn't gonna make it.
Sarbat successfully making it over the gap. Sarbat large and in.
Now, in some races you will notice it does be fairly dramatic and can frustrate you, but in other races it seems to take a step back a little bit, so it makes it somewhat easier, if you will. But again, that also ties back to your own skill level. If you know the layouts of the tracks and you make sure that you don't get involved with too many elements and you don't make mistakes more to the point, you have a better chance of winning overall. But in general, for what it does offer, it offers a lot of fun in short bursts. Now, there is a lot here to keep you going for a while. There's enough tracks, modes and even unlockable features and elements to keep you playing for a little while, but it's not the best racing game out there of its type. There are other alternatives, but it's not a bad game overall. If anything, it's definitely worth a try in my book, especially if you do like this element of extreme sports. There's no harm in giving it a try, but it may not be for everybody, that's all I'll say. With that being said, I would love to know your thoughts of this game and what you think of it overall. Are you a fan of the style of extreme sports games that were released on consoles during this generation, or maybe not so much? So be sure to share it down in the comments below, and if you would like to see more content around more extreme sports games like this that were also released on the console, then you can check out this playlist right here.